AI is there around us in everything. Right? I don't have to explain that. And that familiarity, that that's the explosion of the usage of AI, the awareness and knowledge about AI. And then there is also a lot of hype. Lot of that created confusion. Lot of confusion and fear. Confusion is not just with us in this room. Confusion among actually the top leaders of the world, top scientists, top CEOs of the big companies, all the national leaders, the presidents, the economists. Everybody is confused. What is the future of AI? Right? So that's where the good part and the bad part. So the bad part, lot of people predict that the doomsday kind of all gloom in the future that AI will take over humanity. And then there will be a lot of because now we don't have to fight. The soldiers don't have to fight wars. It will be all automated, robot-driven, satellite-driven, AI-driven warfare. So people can just sit at home and let literally nations destroy each other through the use of robotic warfare. Right? Or the bad guys actually taking everything using AI. Now that's happening a lot now. All these bank heists and then the digital arrests. A lot of them use AI, security breaches, right? So and then the bad part also contains the worst social impacts on humans. We see that actually the social media, AI-driven social media has caused addiction, and that leads to a lot of depression, anxiety. And the whole society is suffering. People are committing suicide. Right? The loss of livelihood and work because of that. So these are the bad sides of the doomsday kind of scenario in the future. And then there is the good side, and there is something in between. So the good sides, or that's actually the more kind of the dreamer side, where people like say even very pragmatic people like Bill Gates. He says that because of the productivity enabled by AI, perhaps in maybe even a decade or so, we'll have only 2-3 day work weeks. Then we'll have a lot of leisure to enjoy life. So that's a kind of a more sane kind of a prediction, future prediction. On the other hand, Elon Musk goes to the extent saying that no one will have to do any work in a couple of decades. AI will do everything. Right? And then some people, so there will be a social network of common income will be granted by the government. So there will be the basic needs will be met. Nobody will have to do any work. They'll just enjoy life. So that's the extreme, and this is the bad side. But then, who knows the future, right? That's why top leaders, the top minds, top brains in the world, they do not know where we are going, how AI will eventually end up impacting society, how we as a society will end up being impacted by AI. But then we have the very near future in the middle. What happens in the next 5 years, right? What happens next year, right? So what we can do to allay the fears of people in the society, especially here in this crowd, students and educators. Right? So a big fear among everybody is that AI will take away our jobs, which is kind of true. We'll see some data. I think it's frozen. Let me see. Okay. So AI causing job loss is true. So this is data from the World Economic Forum. Just got concluded in Davos, Switzerland, just few days back. And so the historical job loss due to use of AI between 2018 and 2025. Do I have a okay. Maybe. Can I get the pointer here? Can someone help me? Okay, I got it. Okay, no, I can't get the pointer. It's okay. So On the left side, you see that actually the historical job loss, in the last 5 years, from say 1 million to about 15 million jobs lost today in 2015. Actually, if you go to the net, you will get all sorts of numbers in terms of job losses and so on. Like Google laid off some 30,000 people. They are programmers because now programming can be done by their own AI machine. Right? So everybody, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, Meta, everybody laying off, and the blame is going to AI. Some of it is true. And then the projected job loss in the next 5 years, in the right side of the curve, between 2025 today and 2030, is that by 2030, about 80 million jobs around the world will be lost. And this is World Economic Forecast, which is very trustworthy because it takes data from the government, from a lot of industry sources, analysts. So this data is somewhat, if anything is believable in the AI world, this data is somewhat believable compared to anything else that you see on the net. But then is it all job loss? Is all bad news? Fortunately, no. So the projected global job impact by 2030, you see that actually this blue bar says the number of jobs will be around 80 to 100 million in 2030. But here you see the red bar. This is the number of jobs, new jobs created related to AI will be more than 150, about 160 million new jobs, right? Not many people talk about this, and not many numbers come out, and very recent numbers from World Economic Forum, so I don't see these numbers. So the number of jobs created, the number of jobs enabled by AI is twice the number of jobs that could be lost. Right? So why is everybody afraid then? What needs to be done? Okay. So here, as you see here, below this blue curve, the kind of jobs displaced job loss will be basically calculating kind of jobs, programming kind of jobs, business processes, data processing, data entry, those kind of jobs that do not need much creativity, much human touch, right, and much domain knowledge. Whereas the kind of jobs that will be created in the next 5 years will be tech-enabled jobs, AI-enabled professionals. And then AI-enabled or AI-enhanced businesses or the business professionals, scientists, engineers. And the human-centric roles like doctors, nurses, psychologists, the consultants, those kind of things, AI is almost impossible to do today. Many people claim that AI will take over the humans doing that, but that's actually, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon because AI has not learned empathy yet. It fakes things based on data. Data doesn't have empathy. Data doesn't have domain expertise to the extent that we need it. So these are the kind of things that that will create the new jobs, but then they will need reskilling. We are not teaching this today. Right? So we as educators and our students, we have to know that education, how you can use AI to give the kind of education that will make our students more job worthy. That is the brave world of AI, starting say today for next 5 years. They will get jobs if we train them in these new areas. If we create skills using these new areas. Right? So then. So how do we do that? What do we do to really skill or reskill people or teach them different ways, change our education and that very fast? Is that to understand that we have to observe that AI will automate little tasks. It cannot automate the whole profession. I think that Professor Mahapatra has done a lot of work in AI medicine. But nobody can replace Professor Mahapatra as a doctor, not anytime soon. But he can use AI. Doctors like him can use AI. We work with AIMS, with at least 30 doctors. And those doctors cannot be replaced, but they use some of our tools that we have developed at AICRC to predict and better manage their diagnosis and treatment regimes, right? To avoid worse side effects or even death in many diseases, right? So some tasks can be automated by AI, but professions will not go away. And the net job that we forecasted by World Economic Forum in this graph you see that need skill shifts. And so reskilling is the way that we can mitigate the fear in the society among the students. And what kind of reskilling? Right? What kind of reskilling we need to do to get our students to get to this red part of the job market and get jobs. Again, from various sources including World Economic Forum, this is a small number of things that educators should do. There is big list, but then I use small list. And then the ones in the black, the easy things to do, but then they will help reskill the existing workers to retain their job in any particular domain. Doctors, engineers, and agriculture scientists, economists, right? Students will create jobs, right? And so what is this? We call it applied AI. So we apply AI to medicine and agriculture and many other things. Some examples. And so that is what needs to be done to teach our students jobs. But then let me very quickly I lost my cursor. Madam, someone help me get back to my cursor. I'm not able to move the screen. Platform where we have coming together both physically and virtually sitting around the same table. Right? Doctors, engineers, computer scientists, AIs, right? Everybody coming together and solving the problem society because the world is multidisciplinary. Our problems are multidisciplinary, right? So that is what we. The problem is still there. I'm not able to. Okay. So let me try this again. Let me start the presentation. Okay, now it is. Okay. Have within the last 1.5 years, we have been able to start 30 plus mission-oriented translational research projects. All we have is about 8 regular employees we have hired. The nation, the world, they are attracted by this open collaboration environment. Right? So we get a lot of people working for free around the world to bring out this translational 10 advanced prototypes and products more than TRL level 4 within 1.5 years. So just the physical IT team could not have done that. It is 100 plus people around the world who do it together. In the last about 2.5 years. But we also the talks and do workshops and applied AI. I think educated more than I don't know. I can tell the numbers, but at least 600 to 800 students and faculty members in other major IIT and major institutions talking about how to use AI to make domain specialists use their domain knowledge to serve society better. So I will close this thing in another couple of minutes unless you please tell me when to stop. So one example of applied Professor Bhubaneswar sir, he would know, he would share all the agriculture scientists here. is that you will appreciate, I think, all the agriculture scientists here, is that a very simple problem that a farmer, almost every farmer in the country has a tube well or the irrigation, has a tube well or the irrigation. So how much water to irrigate? And then they just irrigate. And then they just use common sense to irrigate, and then sometimes the crop gets destroyed. And we are working with Odisha government. Are needed. And the number one thing that is needed in this society is applied AI. Right? I just gave you only a few examples. So you do that, you will get not only jobs, you will get better jobs, higher paying jobs, and you will be serving society directly. So, and that's the lesson for our students and educators, and I will stop here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again for inviting me here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I respectfully request Professor P.K. Nanda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Siksha Anusandhan deemed to be University, to felicitate our speaker, Professor Dr. Ashwin Kumar Nanda. Thank you, sir. The topic of discussion now is AI-powered cyber vulnerability detection in code. The speaker is Mr. Jayanta Panda, CEO, Atharv Cloud Private Limited. Mr. Jayanta Panda is a technology entrepreneur and cyber security specialist, currently serving as a Chief Executive Officer of Atharv Cloud Private Limited. Sir, please proceed.
Good afternoon. Do you have that PPT? Or
Yes, it has.
Good morning, all. So, in between the PPT gets set up, I will just have a quick note. So, my name is Jayant Kumar Panda. So, overall, I have around 25 to 28 years of industry experience.
So is it?
No.
Given a pen, right?
Yeah, I have given it to. So I have around 28 to 30 years of industry experience. So primarily I worked in multinational companies, mostly in US. So I was leading head of R&D role, and my primarily responsibility was embedded systems and computing, and anyway later part AI also started involving into my role. So then sometime back I thought like let me to do something for the country. So then I returned back to Odisha. Then I started this venture, Atharv Cloud Private Limited. So we are working on a like we in the morning sessions we discussed a lot about the application of AI. So our theme is like how we can detect a cyber threat by using AI. So the problem statement looks to us like very huge. Right now, cyber threat is one of the critical challenge to the country, and either it is projecting now. This is in PDF format. This is PDF format. Just go view full format. So anyway, it is distracting, so I will keep continuing as a extempo. So then we started this company, like how to detect cyber threats in the code. So in the current scenario, if you see, like almost cyber threat is almost every other day we are getting some news about cyber threat, like account getting hacked, bank account getting hacked, this means your billing system is getting logged, many other things are happening. So there is a thought, like it came to us, like anyway these hackers will be keep doing their best work. But the question is, why these hackers are able to hack my code? End of the day, this is a code which I wrote. Then why did the hacker is able to get into my code? This is a fundamental problem. Somebody has done something miserably wrong, that's why somebody is getting into my code. So then the idea came out like that, can we develop such a scenario or such a technology, like whoever has written any code, he will put his code into my system, and I will tell him, like, what is my threat score? Like if 0 being the least score in cyber and 10 being the highest score, if there is some system which can tell you your cyber threat is 9, means definitely this code is going to be hacked. If your cyber threat is below 3, then this code is safe. If we can create such type of mechanism, then it will be definitely helpful for the industry. So then when I discussed with somebody told me, like, yes, you are doing a diagnosis tool, like doctor treats a patient, like when they do the blood test, they find this is my parameter, if it is going beyond this, then you have some disease. So it is similarly. I said, yes, that is how the industry runs. So when we demonstrated this tool to the industry, we get a humongous response from the industry. They said, everybody said, yes, this is the need of the hour. This is the need of the hour. So the problem is, like, there are many tools already available in the market, but there are very few tools which are actually domestic tools. All these tools are available in the market, they can detect your cyber threats, but all these tools are running online. All these tools are running online, means the moment you put your code into their tool, they will identify, yes, your product has 10 cyber threats, but that data is visible to you, but that data also goes to their database. So down the line, if we are using any of the foreign made tools for a year, then the company knows in the country at this particular geography, this is a sweet spot for cyber attack. This is the problem now. So now in the cyber world, people are thinking, do we have a complete indigenous AI tool which can detect the cyber threats, and also it can tell us, like, how to resolve these cyber threats. So we are the basically innovators of this tool, and this company is headquartered in Bhubaneswar. This is just right to means Patia. We have the office, and all these tools has been completely developed in Bhubaneswar, and we are incubated in IIT Bhubaneswar. We also took some good amount of research help and investigational help from IIT Bhubaneswar. And the tool has been rolled out to the market. And this problem, what I am talking, this is not only I am saying, this is a problem which at entire government level. Government is always looking for such a solution, like how to resolve this problem. This is a huge national problem, because we are not in a situation, because for example, you just imagine right now, so many instruments or so many products are running in the market since last 10 years, 15 years. 10 years back, those products were not cyber threatful to us, but now due to the evolution of the technology, evolution of AI, all these products are cyber prone, cyber attack prone. So now government is very seriously thinking how we can detect, like, how threatful my product is. So they were basically conducting some survey, then they invited some contest for this, and all this contest was running for last 6 months. And this product, what we are talking now, it is a national award winner product. So the product what we have developed, it is fully developed in India, 100% developed in India, and it is the IP remains in India, and this product is right now copyright protected. now we are invited by the government to go to the next stage of this product so that this can be really utilized in various organizations, at least in the critical sectors government want to use this. So if you see, this is a topic which I want to bring it to all the students. So this is a very important point for the students. This tool, whatever we have developed, this is very much available for the students' use. You can visit to our website and you can download this tool and we can give you the license. You yourself check whatever code you are developing, how threatful is your code. This will be completely done by the AI, and your code threat level will be detected within 5 minutes. This will open up an enormous learning factor to all the students, so that every line of code they write, they will be able to find it, how to resolve it, and what are my threat level. Because most of the people talks about cyber threat, but they really don't need to know what really is cyber threat, how their code is becoming cyber threat. So this tool will give you a clear understanding like how cyber threat is impacting their code. Another terminology I am bringing, that is called VAPT. VAPT means vulnerability and penetration testing. This is a terminology which is right now coming almost for all the products in India. This is a terminology, this is a regulatory compliance requirement right now has been rolled out by government. Means any product which is getting sold in the Indian market, it has to be qualified for VAPT. Means this product has been tested like it will be not cyber hacked. This is a very huge market is coming up in India itself. So the students, it is a pointer for you. This is a very huge job market is opening up for the VAPT. And at the age of now, this terminology is very much useful in the large multinational companies. If you don't know VAPT, please do a Google and try to do a little bit more investigation into the VAPT. This is a huge job potential, I am telling you. This is a very huge job potential in the market. And this VAPT is applicable for any language or any programming language you are working. Either you work for C, C++, Java, Python, or Golang, whatever language you are working or you are developing, VAPT is a must for you. Either you are developing a small mobile app or you are developing any product, VAPT is a must for you. So this is a pointer for you to look into this technology, so that it can definitely give you, it will open up some new avenues for you. So in this slide, what we are trying to say, when the cyber threat really happens, then it becomes a disaster. For example, I will give you one simple example. Suppose, for example, let's say nowadays these energy meters, which is sitting in your household, every household has an energy meters. Now almost all the energy meters are online. It remains online, but that we don't know. You just imagine if a single energy meter is get hacked by a cyber attack, they can completely destroy the entire database of the electricity board. Means whoever is consuming how much energy, what is my billing, what is my amount of energy I have consumed, he can, or the cyber hacker can enter through your energy meter device and he can completely eliminate completely eliminate your database. So right now, the government has a mandate. All these energy meters has to go through VAPT compliance tests, so that if somebody is trying to access your energy meters, he cannot enter into the main database or primary database, or he cannot access to the network. He can just access maximum up to your own device. So these are the technologies coming on in the cyber world. But beauty of this is there are many AI related models or AI related machine learning related models available to solve these problems. So what we want to tell you to all the students and all these all the industry fellows, those people who are developing any product, you are developing any application level or at product level, please work at the root level for the cyber compliance. If you have, in the current scenario, if you have not taken any conscious decision at the root level, at the architectural level, to prevent cyber hacks, it will be very difficult to become your product cyber compliant. So cyber compliance is coming in a very, very big way, and it is really a very huge threat for a country like us. So I think I have almost covered all these points. So cyber threat, actually it is always slips in our code. When we develop our software, it is always slipping in our code. We need to be very vigilant, and we need to be conscious how to detect it and how to prevent it. Okay, so I think that's all from my side. So it is just one request for the students, because AI is a very huge topic and it is coming in a very big way to our country. My one request to the people is, don't be the AI user. Try to be a contributor for the AI community. Like if you are just using ChatGPT or Google Gemini, you are not an AI expert. You are an user. You will keep on using the AI as an user. But to become an innovator, try to play with the AI model level. Like whatever AI models are available, can you create one AI models for your specific use? Like my previous speaker, Mr. Sambit Tripathi, he was talking about this AI in agriculture. It's a very innovative idea. Can we think of, like, for these students, like for those people who are in third year or fourth year students, our state is very, very agricultural dependent state. Can you create a model for agricultural use? Like a farmer can use your model to predict how much profitable will be in my crop. Suppose somebody is growing a crop, like wheat or let's say rice or any type of rice is growing. Does he have any data like he can predict, like if I grow this crop in this particular state, let's say in this particular district, how profitable I will be? Or how my crop will be yielded in this year, like depending on my weather forecast, depending on my weather situation, will this crop be helpful to me? So, but that cannot be achieved if you are just using any of these models available from the market or ChatGPT. You have to create your own model to solve these problems. This type of critical thinkings you need to bring to your mindset, then only we will be having a complete different scenario, we as a country fellow. So by saying this, I will stop here. I think I have covered my points. So if you have any questions, or if you want to really evaluate and you want to know how these AI models work in the real-time scenario, you can reach us. Definitely we will help you. We will give you some student copies, and you can evaluate how you can see yourself how this is working for you. And the product, whatever we have developed, this is all developed and built only in Odisha by some of your colleagues like you. And you see how this product is helping as a great state. Thank you. I will stop here. Thank you. Thank you.
Please stay back for a while because the VC will come to state you.
Pardon?
Please stay back.
Yeah.
VC will come to listen.
Okay. Thank you. So I will stay here.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
just a second. May I request our Vice Chancellor, sir, to kindly proceed on to the dais to felicitate our guest speaker. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The speaker for now is Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Mohapatra, neurosurgeon, Siksha Anusandhan, deemed to be university. The title of his deliberation is Application of AI in Health Sciences. Padma Shri Professor Ashok Kumar Mohapatra is a highly distinguished neurosurgeon, eminent academician and respected medical educator who has made exceptional contributions to the advancement of neurosurgery. Sir, please proceed. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon and thank you. I think it's a very important topic. However, may not be necessary for all of you. That is why people are shouting, because they don't understand what will be the use of AI 30 years from now. Because if you neglect now, the time will never come when you learn. The learning curve will be very slow. When we talk about 50 years back, I finished MBBS, then nothing. I was looking at how many people joined MBBS when I attended 10,000 students. And today we are taking 1,30,000 students. So the question is that how the education, how the agriculture, how the medical science, we saw how quickly the vaccine was developed during COVID. We were told a product comes to market, the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 research in a drug discovery system takes 10 years. We never expected that vaccine will come to market within 1 year. This is the wonders of science. If we expect that no tuberculosis drug has come to the market for last 30 years, and about 85% tuberculosis are resistant, and if you happen to develop tuberculosis, nothing is going to work because we have 50% drug resistant, 25% extreme drug resistant, and 10% total drug resistance. So how do you know this? How do you know the drug resistance? How do you know how much milk product? When I look at the India is number 1 in agriculture, or is cereal production, milk production, number 2 in fruit production, this all means we collect the data, compile the data, analyze the data using big database or AI. So when you talk about data, 80% of our people vaccinated for COVID, and we prevent the COVID death. What happened, slide? Okay. Why? So when I gave the slide. When we talk about that, when WHO said during COVID, 30 lakhs people will die in India when the COVID started, and we landed only 4 lakh deaths. That means the prediction by AI in beginning of the COVID and end of the COVID has changed because repeated big data analysis. So when you do any study, one-time data analysis has no meaning. We thought in last 200 years, we produce only 7 lakh doctors. During COVID, I was analyzing, India required 20 lakhs doctors and 40 lakhs nurses. So what do you stand today? If you look at the international scenario of medical science, we are 1 in 117 or 18. So imagine this data is only possible because they are telling that not opening.
No, sir. It is also empty, sir.
Are? Can you tell Pranati to send you? Pranati. So actually I got that. Okay. Pranati. So I was telling a lot of things in medical science. We can have incidence, epidemiology, clinical decision, data analysis, treatment and outcome. Everywhere we need the AI. When I was Sanjay Gandhi in 2006, we are trying to spend 15 crores in automation. And we also realized that time when you talk to the top people in AI and also automation, they said you should have a disaster management recovery. Because if an earthquake occurs, flood occurs, your data will go. That is what the Sanjay Gandhi was the top hospital in hospital management, HIMS, hospital management system, which is AI-based data and a million of data entered to a computer system. But what is the problem there? If anything goes wrong, all data gets corrupted and it can be in a problem. So we had 2 kilometers away the disaster recovery management, that your data should not be in the same place where your main servers are staying. So the first thing is we have learned that we need for a big database all spheres of life, whether it's agriculture product, the health science, the milk product, the people longevity. How do you know that Indian longevity before COVID was 72 years for female and 72 for male, and COVID has cut down 2 hours of years of life. When a big data analysis happened, we told the COVID has decreased everybody's life in the world between 1 year and 2 years. So here we are talking about that we need in the health science for the incident of disease, what is their prevalence, what is their outcome, how much treatment we require, what is the outcome for long term. So in medical science is a very important thing which affects agriculture. Doesn't affect all of us, but if you are sick, you are sick. If for example, if a person comes with brain hemorrhage and you have to decide predictability, what are choice you have got? You put the age, you put all parameters, 50 parameters are there. Then you say what is the probability of this 65 years man with hypertension has chance of survival? He says 30%. Go to head injury. We are doing a head injury management trial called CRASH in 2001 to 2005, and 10 million people in the world have taken head injury. But ultimately, when we did big data analysis, this is not evaluable because the countries did not follow the same protocol and gave the data which was not analyzable. In 2012, we are doing a research on brain tumor, and that was done by one of our friends from Austria, Andrews Mas. He said that we'll cut these data. When we met one of the investigative meeting, he said that data is not available because 50% people did not follow the protocol. So when you talk about data analysis, data collection, what is the implicability, it only boils down how sincerely AI doesn't do anything. It is the human being who is under computer. I had given 2 talks on AI in health science management. The first thing was that can you predict the incidence? How can you predict the severity of the disease? How can you analyze the treatment effectivity? Do you know the maximum number of people in the world die of malaria in Odisha? How do you know? How do we know today, even today, 2026, the number of people dying of malaria is maximum anywhere in the world is Odisha, because that big data analysis. So malnutrition, communicable diseases, hypertension, brain hemorrhage, these are all going through a computer generated system which you say either big data analysis or AI guided outcome. So if you have to see endoscopy, you have stomach pain. They did the 1,000 patients of endoscopy stomach and have a patches. How do you know which patch is malignant, which is not malignant? Similarly, somebody has ulcerative colitis. You are doing colonoscopy. There are multiple polyps and multiple ulcers. So if you have a system of AI which can tell the surgeon, this is the place you take biopsy, so that you know this is the most vulnerable area from where to take a biopsy, it gets maximum positivity test. So that you are taking tobacco, you have patch in the mouth. How do you know? I still remember one night Professor Dr. Banerjee used to smoke, and he had developed a white patch in the mouth. Okay? So when they are taking biopsy, negative. The question is that we had no way of knowing where from you take a biopsy. If madam is sitting, if you go to oral pathology, where from take a biopsy? You have a lesion of 5 centimeters. From the center, necrosis. From the periphery, it is just a vascular lesion. You take center or periphery or middle. So when you apply it to the medical science, it's not formula. I always say no mathematical formula will be applicable to medical sciences, because if 1% people die 1% die out of 100, who is that 1%? Can we have a method of AI or a computer generated system can tell this is the man who is going to die even you spend crores of rupees? We don't have. So I can tell you that even today, the computer science have failed to predict outcome in an individual. So you don't bother. When you come to me with a brain hemorrhage, you are interested to say that your patient should survive, he should walk out, and should be all right, go back to job. Can I talk it today? If somebody say he will be able to do that, that will be interesting. So we still have lot of problems clinical making. Because you go to two doctors. One doctor gives one, another one. You say why? Because all are doing MBBS. All have done same market, same product. But somebody treat it different way. Why? This is all experience. So AI can be a scientific technique, but the experience cannot be overlooked because the science is not good enough. I was going through that article about 5 years back. We all know that AI is there for 50 years. First time 1945, then 52. But the AI name is given for last 10 years or 12 years, 15 years. But then we are still telling what is the probability. My professor, who is now 97 years, he used to tell this man has this clinical effect, his chance of going to survive 5%. And that has not changed. If a person comes to with coma with following symptoms, whether I do my analysis myself or put to a computer generated system, it will remain same. But the question is that there is only 2% change. So, interesting story, we are doing an analysis of the book published in last 20 years. And we all thought after the internet and electronic era, people don't read the written book, hardbound book. And we found from 1990 till 2020, in 30 years, the published book publication has gone by 3%. So if you are thinking by technological development, you can traditional value will go off, it's not possible. So a human body will be always to treat a patient than a computer. Many times you put a robot to do some brain operation, he did a wrong thing. Whom we are going to blame? There is no ethical issue. You cannot sue a computer. A robotic surgery, we say all data is input to robotic. At AIMS, we have purchased a robot in 1997, Da Vinci, to take a graft from the heart and stitch it for a coronary artery bypass. When you analyze whether you take a graft analyzed by a human being or by a computer robot, it's only reduced 10 minutes, and the cost was about 14 crores. Today, if my medical robot, it will cost you 35 crores. Recently, we had a meeting at AIMS at Delhi. All those new AIMS should have robotic surgery or not. All new AIMS, 25 AIMS, will have a 35 crores robotic surgery or not. My opinion that robot is a show. Robot can be beautiful. You can be very proud of that you have a robot. You can somebody show to students. But the skill of the human body with experience will never be underestimated. So when you talk about drugs, I was talking about COVID drugs. So data analysis is okay, predictability is okay, but you cannot have AI taking over the skill. So what we have application in cardiac cases. You see the cardiac cases, acute coronary care. He requires a stent, he requires angioplasty, he requires a coronary bypass. There will be only 6% difference. So 90% correct, 94% decision is clinical. But if you add a robotic system or a AI system, it will increase the accuracy by 4%. So we all know that the accuracy and operability and acceptability becomes high. If 10 people have robot in India and we do not have, people will think, आपका robotic surgery नहीं होता है. But robot doesn't do any surgery. It is human being stand in the OT. If you tell the robot to operate brain tumor, I sleep and go for a tea, is he going to operate? You have to plan the computer, you have to give the data, you have to tell where to make a hole, where to remove a tumor, what steps you have to follow. You give all these commands, then the robot is going to work. If you put a patient and robot, what you people are thinking that human skill, human intelligence and human judgment will be replaced by AI. In the current status of human knowledge, current status of technology, currently available AI system are not replacement of human experience, human skill and human judgment. So at least in medical science we can tell we have to wait for another 30 years to see whether a most reliable, dependent and confidence building measure AI which is available to replace doctors in the operating room or angioplasty room. You can always, a robot can teach you. So you can replace teachers by robot, but not heart operation, brain operation, kidney transplant, heart transplant. No, I don't think today's knowledge doesn't exist that we get away without having doctors. A lot of people say, can you reduce the number of doctors? We can reduce the number of doctors. See the patient in OPD? Yes, robot can see the patient. You can have set of data. This is brain tumor, this is brain hemorrhage, this is paralysis, this is spinal cord tumor. So he can data, but he cannot take many decisions whether you want to operate, you don't operate. What is the outcome? Blindness. A person has a tumor around pituitary gland, which is between two optic nerves, and about 20% people come with blind. Even today, after 100 years of brain tumor surgery in India, we still cannot tell a person who is blind, his vision is going to improve or not. No robot can tell it. So we think data analysis, predictability, drug discovery, drug analysis, many things are possible. But operating skill, decision making, making a better result, you cannot replace doctors. So we have a lot of ethical issue, private data collection, because if you look at ethical issues, there is no ethics. If you look at the medical ethics, till 2007 or 6, there is no ethics. जो कर दिया, I think first time when they make an ethical committee, I was a member of ethical committee of MCI. Then we found we have practicing medicine from the Dhanvantari time. Anytime we had ethics that what doctor should do, what doctor should not do, what consent you have to take. No. Today we have become very conscious because doctors are sued, there are motives, they are taking money. Where there is a money exchange occurring, there is a motive and Consumer Protection Act comes in. In government hospital like AIMS, where no patient pay for anything, you are not consumer, you are total consumer protected. So when you talk about study of patient, doing wrong surgery, of course, if you have to do right side surgery, do left side, you are finished. But if you have done some operations and you are less skilled than somebody else, then nobody can see you because everybody cannot be equally skilled. Here is the one condition, the surgeon's experience, surgeon decision making, surgeon's predictability is different each by each. So a person is not. My attitude, my treatment, my temperament, my life towards other patients is totally different. Because a lot of doctors behave like a robot. They come, they give list of medicine. And my work is that what medicine can be reduced. So when you go to a doctor, he write, when you are giving 5, I have a headache, I am vomiting, I cannot sleep, I have problems, I have vertigo. The doctor has written 10 medicines because he has to see to 200 patients. But we say that a doctor like us see 5 patients in 5 hours, new case, for which one should spend 1 hour per patient. And for the old patient, those who have seen for 10 years, a epilepsy patient, a stroke patient, then the question after 100 years of neurosurgery, today somebody is remain in coma for 6 hours, his chance of going back to normal life is 20%. 20%. For all of you, data analysis, big data, computer generated data, AI, go and see today. Even you reduce 25%, then it is 25% of the job loss, right? That requires to 5 lakhs doctors. And we are only producing 80,000 doctors per year, because out of 1,25,000 doctors who take every year, 30% fail. So the question is that, can you get a better treatment? When you complain about doctor, in international level when compared, India is 117 in the, what you are taking? Life expectancy and birth. What is the probability of having heart attack, or what is the probability of having many incurable disease? First cause of death is high blood pressure causing a heart attack. Second cause of death is brain hemorrhage. Third cause of death is cancer. Fourth cause of death is, in all over the world, head injury. In India, head injury comes third position, not the cancer. So what for these people will say, in India, after the heart attack, which you are not going to have, most likely, brain hemorrhage not for you, but what is more important for you? The accident. So what type of data are you going to analysis? We have 2 million accidents and 150,000 deaths. How you require which person is going to survive or not? For that, we have to have better quality of AI. Today we don't have AI which can tell this person is going to survive, this is going to survive with handicap, this person is going to survive with normal. So we have a lot of disadvantages. I think in medical science, whether it is heart attack, brain hemorrhage, cancer treatment, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, vaccine therapy, if there is no vaccine, no data, what is cadaver related donor? When a person before death, just on the coma stage, when the doctors say there is no chance of survival, 0, he has got brain death and not going to survive, do you have that? We have data or big data or AI which tell you this person has a kidney damage, that person is waiting at the AIMS Delhi or Bombay, get the kidney from there. No. I think time will come when you can have data that how many patients require kidney transplant, how many heart transplant, how many bone marrow transplant, which are the best place where to go. Suppose today somebody donate kidney from our hospital, some hospital. Who is the best person to get it? How will you know? Who are the patients? So we have to have a lot of things coordinated. It's just AI is just a computer science. It is not going to change the human intelligence, human IQ and human judgment. I think we have a lot of scope in medical science, at least next 20 years. I don't think that in 3 years or 5 years time, the medical science will be tremendously influenced by data. It's okay, epidemiology, data collection, that's okay, but not for the treatment. Thank you very much. Any question? Any question? Medical science? No? I think people know that medical science is not improving, right? How many of you want that AI should be used in medical science and get accuracy of 95%? What happens to the gap of? Yes, sir. You want to ask something? So 95% accuracy cannot be given a prediction to an individual what will happen. That gap of 5% to 7% will still stay, because today AI can give an accurate diagnosis up to 95 to 97%. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So please stay back to the presentation.
Yes.
Use AI for low complex diseases, for example, like cold and fever. My
Alzheimer. I have memory loss. Today I have memory loss.
Okay.
And whether the Alzheimer going to take 20 years to have a complete memory effect so that he is hospital now. Lot of people have used the data in Alzheimer disease to find out in a given case can you predict the disease. If you take 60 people with memory loss and analyze what will happen to these 60 people after age of 70 because the memory loss is going to kill you. Memory loss is not going to kill you. What is going to do it? if वो घर से निकल गए तो बाहर घर में नहीं आ सकते और एक्सीडेंट होगा कोई आपको पहचान नहीं. This is happening. Lot of people have memory loss. They go out, they do not understand, they don't have an eye card in the pocket, they become unknown. Do you know that one of our north in Delhi, every year we admit 300 cases of accident without knowledge. Those who come from different part of India to Delhi and they get accident on Delhi road and they don't identify. And one of our northern is a PhD and got a gold medal that even Delhi, capital city of Delhi, thousands of people are getting injured and 50% become known because they are local people. So the question is that if you are thinking that our AI gives solution today for many diseases, not for
I have a different version of the question. Suppose, for example, let's say in the rural areas, people are struggling for very minor disease like cold and flu or minor fever and all this thing. They are not able to reach to a hospital.
They don't have to. There is a very good proverb in English, treated cold lasts for 7 days and untreated cold for a week, 41. There is no treatment for flu. There are 5,000 bacteria in the mouth and 1 million bacteria in the colon. And we say second brain. Go and read today what is second brain. Second brain is the colon because the colonic bacteria helps the brain to develop. If that colonic bacteria is not there, a person who is going to have memory loss. You know, read now how the memory loss is related to the positive bacteria who gives us a healthy life. Because हम लोग सोचते हैं ना माउथ में बैक्टीरिया है वो तो 5,000 बैक्टीरिया है जन्म से मरने के तक. Same way the gut. So what is brain gut syndrome? Go and please read today. So if you are thinking that how to predict, not
Okay. Thank you.
anything else, ma'am?
No, thank you. I have many questions, but anyway.
Ask one more at least. Yes, ask.
So I will tell you, I am connecting from a very practical scenario. Like one farmer, he got some injury in his eyes. Like people know that he need a small eye drop, but what is the name of that eye drop? He might have purchased some time back and he said, but I need to go to that hospital which is 20 kilometers away and the doctor will come tomorrow in the morning. Till that time I have to wait. So he have to wait at least 24 hours. So in that case, suppose let's say if AI is there, if not a treatment.
You don't want an AI. If you wanted आँख में कोई problem होगा, put some eye drop. 90% thing eye drops are what? 90% of eye drops either steroid or antibiotic.
Sir, I'm coming to that point.
Steroid or antibiotics.
Sir, I'm coming.
And now there are combinations. So if somebody has a
Yes,
little
sir.
injury to eye, madam is sitting there. And you ask them that
yes, sir.
most of the medicine which you take, empirical. आज आपको ज्वर हुआ. This could be malaria, it could be typhoid, it could be cancer, it could be arthritis, it could be 100 causes of fever. But you go and take a crocin tablet, which is symptomatic treatment. So when I have an eye injury in the middle of a night and the doctor is not available, what I can do? I can do rose water. I can simply put the eye which doesn't get exposed, because what happens if the eye get exposed for exposure keratitis and I get more and more damage. So I have to put some ointment and seal it for. You have seen many times they put a patch.
Yes. Actually, I was telling similar. Suppose the AI may not be that much matured that it will suggest a medicine, but it can give you a remedy. Like for example, do flash the water 5 times in a day. Till that time, the patient is at least comfortable to go to see a doctor.
You are absolutely right. But AI तो अभी का मेडिकल कॉलेज में अवेलेबल नहीं है,
हाँ वो
एम्स में अवेलेबल नहीं है. अब विलेज में किसका आंख में चोट लग गया, ये तो हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन हुआ ना.
ठीक है सर.
If you think for a AI you require for a eye injury, वो तो बहुत हमको जाने के लिए 100 years लगेगा उसके लिए. अभी तो हमने माल न्यूट्रिशन पढ़े हैं.
Yes sir, yes sir. Thank you.
हमारा कितना लोग माल न्यूट्रिशन पढ़े. What is AI is important कि इंडिया का 140 million से how many children suffer from malnutrition and their schooling is affected. Can we improve the nutrition of why school health program is a failed program? Why what has happened to our family planning program? Started first country to start family planning. Why? What for? Have we controlled the birth? Is the number of population gone down? We have become the most populous country. So the way the knowledge is there, but application and end product is not there. See, so there is a two different things. Do I know it? Can I treat somebody else? And can I cure you? And that magic formula doesn't apply to medicine. It's not
Sure,
2 plus 3. Let me give one example. You have a brain tumor, I will operate you, give 1% life risk.
I am healthy sir.
Let us say hypothetical, just 1 minute. You have brain tumor, I will tell you 1% risk, you are 45 years. Dr. Saab is here, Mahathi, he is 75 years, he has diabetes and blood pressure. For you it is 1%, for him it is 20%. Now another 90%. Imagine one pre-existing that you have saw during COVID. We were talking, are you having pre-morbidity or not? That is heart problem, diabetes, blood pressure, and all these things, kidney problems. Because if you have as many as problems you have, add 5% extra mortality and morbidity. So
yes,
you cannot apple orange compare नहीं कर सकते हैं. Medical science is not like a 2 plus 2 is 4. What I can tell you for him and him, I will not tell the same result. When I operate a 5 years child, I will tell 0% mortality. When I operate 30 years child, I say 1% mortality. When I operate 90 years man, 50% mortality. So we cannot apply formula.
Sir, I have a question.
So please proceed to felicitate Professor Mahapatra.
Sir, I have a question that if AI is used to diagnose and treat patients, let's say AI gives a judgment for the treatment plan of a disease, but that judgment is different from what the doctor thinks should be done. In that case, whose opinion matters most? AI, who has seen more cases as compared to the doctor?
Thank you. We'll have this question in the panel discussion. Sir is there. Sir will answer this one. This is the last.
A doctor has experience. If I operated 5,000 brain tumor and tell 1% mortality, it's my personal experience. He has 2,000 brain tumor, 5%, you can't challenge it. His experience, my experience. I am talking to him. Did you understand? It's not mathematics or physical physics applying to it.
Thank you, sir.
I must say our students must learn this enthusiasm from Padma Shri Dr. Mahapatra. At this age also he is so active and energetic. You must learn this from him. The next speaker is Mr. Satish Pradhan, Vice President and Center Head, Cognizant Bhubaneswar. Sir, kindly proceed to the podium to address the august gathering.
Hi all. Good afternoon. Am I audible? Last bench. Ashwin Nanda. has talked about the story of AI, how it is coming, what is the applied AI, and fascinated by the speech given by Padma Shri Dr. Asad Kumar Mahapatra. I think that that's really a juncture we are in, where technology and the domain are coming together to transform this world. It is not it's not the first time we are hearing this conversation. If I reflect myself 2 minutes to Professor Nanda, and I go back to the discussion of Padma Shri Dr. Mahapatra, those are the discussions. It's not the first time it is happening here. Reflect back into the humanity. We are talking about AI right now. If you go back just 200 years back or 300 years back, we were running on wheels. So many, as a humanity, we have seen so many transformations. From wheels to steam engines to electronics, computers. Last 30 years or 40 years, these computers, the digitalization that is happening, it is again accelerated the transformations that we are experiencing right now. And at any juncture, this kind of debates and Dr. Mahapatra, your enthusiasm, giving back the challenges, holding the portfolio, and at the same time Mr. Nanda's argument of AI, those combinations are really making this humanity to go to the next layer. I'm just going 30 years back, when all the digitalization happened. Everybody, like the service providers, we were utilizing the power of microprocessors and giving the accelerated values to the society. For us, it is only the what kind of powerful microprocessors are coming and what is the work humanity was doing. How can we translate that work into code, utilize microprocessor power, give it back. The work used to happen, the clerks at the desk, they used to write all in pens and papers. Those things digitalized. Simply moved to databases, little bit sophistication to portals, .NET, Java, then slowly the algorithms has also placed in. Just before, take of last 10 years, when the microprocessors has evolved into major boxes, turned to a data centers, the evolvement happened into the work of hyperscalers, the cloud. In that cloud era, last 3-4 years, last 10 years, talk these hyperscalers like your Amazon or Microsoft or Google. Those all are consolidators of the workloads. The workload that was happening through the microprocessors. For us, where we get so many people putting into the workforce, that is translated into we are using the workloads as a input for us and giving the productivity to all the enterprises. At this moment, what is happening? All the debates really fascinating, and especially for this kind of sessions when it happens, it is really encouraging me to see that how everybody is adopting the AI, ML, data science, which has really come to the limelight in last 2-3 years, to taking over all the processes, not only the jobs that is known to us, it is about the culture, it is about the way we work, it is about the workflows that is being followed, it is about the decisions that has been taken in last many years by the employees of an enterprise, how those are being taken into consideration, and the prediction has been done, and right now the new methodology of doing business and giving the productivity back to the humanity is only context. Believe me, when we did a survey, sir, I'm not talking anything about whatever you talk, but please forgive me. We have taken in the healthcare industry, we have interviewed around 1100 healthcare professionals across the world, identified that there are 18,000 steps are there in a healthcare industry. It is, I'm not talking about a surgery, operations or so much things. I'm talking about when a patient comes to a hospital, starting from a process of registration, go to OPD, take the bill payments, and when you do a X-ray or MRI, the consolidation reports, the summarization of the things, it is including the discharge reports, everything. If you take the 80,000 steps that has been analyzed, 90% of these processes, 80,000, are exposed to AI/ML and generative AI agentic error. Those all are exposed. Many of them have also been, adopted. Similar study has been done last year also in 2025. The 90% exposure has increased to 96%. That means the way technology advancements are happening, our maturity also happens. The adaptability of infusing technology into the domain increases more. That is where Professor Nanda was talking about the applied AI. That is really important. If you go back to one of the study we did along with HFS analyst and World Economic Forum as well. If you take the entire workforce of the world, there is, the analysis says that while the technologies are coming as a major force for transition, the workforce, if you take 100%, 20% of the workforce are really knows that this transformation is coming, they need to onboard. Another 20%, they know it is coming, but no, still they are thinking when they will be onboarding into taking those technologies. 60% of the workforce, they still staying in that place. They are still not known that there is a change is coming. And the change is coming so fast. The way we have understood that change will come at least 2030, 2035, everything will be onboarded. That is fast track, at least by 5 years. It is fast track because the adoption, if anybody is following the stock markets, you see the investments and the expectations from the AI-based companies is at 15%. 15% they are improving. Talk about NVIDIA, Microsoft, hyperscalers, everything. But the investment that is being done right now, only 7% of enterprise investment is going for AI/ML or agentic AI implementations. There is a huge gap at this moment. That's because there is a huge gap of expectations and the reality. AI/ML, generative AI, agentic AI, if you talk about 2019 to 2025, the demand is increasing at 13.8% CAGR. Every year the demand is keep on increasing. The average compensation, CTC, of AI/ML, generative AI, agentic AI, those associates are increasing at 27% CAGR. If somebody is getting 10 lakhs, it is going to not 12.7 lakhs. 27% is increasing. So see the kind of demand it is there. Because companies are asking more and more such people, there is a less supply. There is a opportunity for all of you, all of us, to enable the ecosystem and see that how we get into that era. The recent study from World Economic Forums, it is not about today or tomorrow. That analysis has been done till which projects, which skills are going to be relevant and more at top of this bar till 2030. The skills that you required is AI, big data, network security, your technical literacy. On top of that, the real skill that is required is your ability, your analytical ability, your innovative thinking, critical thinking. Those are the real skills that you need, where you will be utilizing those skills for humanity. The skills, the technology, AI, any technology that has come, this has come to help us. It has not been developed to replace us. It is up to us. How do we enable ourselves to adapt that and utilize those technologies? Last 10 years, autonomous cars are being developed. Last 10 years. Roads, the roads, traffic rules, the regulations, the policies, everything for humans. It is not for autonomous cars. Even right now, after 10 years of so much of investment, so much of sophistication, even autonomous car goes, the driver sits next to that. Same thing is going to happen. Nobody is coming and replacing you. Nobody is AI, ML, generative AI is not replacing anyone. But it is up to us how to take the leverage, how to leverage those skills, those technologies, so that we can accelerate the things. We can do much more things. Our lifespan is around 71, 72 years. Within 72 years of a human, what we can do with the help of technology, can you do the work done for a person that can do within 150 years? Think of it that way. There are, Nanda sir, you talked about the number of jobs that is being created. That is reality. It is not about the displacement.